There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday Night Ambassador Training Call. I am Sarah Marble, and I'm a Diamond Ambassador, and I am so excited and so thrilled to talk to you tonight. I've got my Hawaiian shirt on for you guys, and if you were lucky enough to jump on early, you got to hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So why am I wearing a Hawaiian shirt? I am wearing a Hawaiian shirt because July in our Plexus calendar, July 31st is the deadline to hit the rank of Emerald for the first time to earn your trip to Maui, okay? And then following that July cutoff, then you go into obviously if you earn it in August, then you can go the next year. But if you hit 1,500 points by July 31st, you get to go on that trip this year. So my Hawaiian shirt is because it's July and a little bit of inspiration. But what I'm going to share with you tonight, I'm hoping and praying it's going to be some tips and inspiration for you for no matter what your goal is. If you want to get to silver, if you are brand new and just signed up yesterday, which there were a whole bunch of you, welcome to the team. For those of you that just signed up yesterday, the information that I'm sharing with you tonight is just as pertinent and probably more so for you all the way through, whether you want to hit gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, emerald, sapphire, diamond. It does not matter what your goal is. If you are here with us on this training call and you are looking to take your business to the next level, then this information is for you. Now, I ran through our leadership page, and just in our company, just this month, we have 24 new emeralds already. We have 6 new sapphires already, 5 new diamonds, and 1 brand new double diamond. Okay, so Jen Hawkins is now only our second ever in the history of Plexus double diamond. For those of you that are new, when you rank up to diamond, and then you reach 6,000 pay points, you are allowed to then sign up again underneath yourself and work that second position up through the ranks again. So Celeste was our first double diamond, and now her sponsor, Jen Hawkins, has now just hit the rank of double diamond. So she has worked 2 positions to diamond, which is amazing and incredible. And here's the one thing I'll say about that. One of the things I will say about that is they are proving what's possible, okay? They are proving that the compensation plan works. And watching all of these rank ups in July in a typically slower month, which summer tends to be slower in network marketing, to say that we've got 24 new emeralds, which is the most we've probably had any month this entire year for promotions, something is happening and something is working. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit about what that something is. So the first thing I want you guys to know is the programming that we have in our brains. The programming is what is in between our ears. What is our brain telling us? What do we think, feel, and believe about what we're doing? About network marketing, about ourselves, about our products, all of those different things. What is the programming in our brain? Because anything else that I am going to talk to you about tonight, if your programming is, I can't do this, I'll never be successful, I don't deserve to be successful, I'm just going to get rejected, network marketing doesn't work, I can't believe I got talked into this. If you have all of that, those negative things playing in your brain, nothing else that I say tonight will matter, okay? So, and some of you, I covered this yesterday, so it'll be a little bit of a refresher, but here's what you have to know. We have to program our brains. We have to make sure that what we are telling the computer that's operating in between our ears knows that what we have found is amazing, that we deserve to be successful, that network marketing is a legitimate business tool, model, that our compensation plan is second to none. All of those things, we have to make the effort to program our minds for success. Okay, so that's the first thing. And why is that true? Because programming leads to beliefs. And those beliefs are what are going to fuel us and motivate us. Now, if your programming is not good, if you have, you know, a negative spouse, or if you've got people that you work with that are telling you you're crazy, or you have to reprogram. Okay, so we have to delete the negative and the stuff out of there that we don't want, and we have to reprogram our brains and telling ourselves, this can work, this will work, I am going to be successful, I am going to move forward with my goals. So how do we do that? By listening to audios, by reading books, by getting on team calls like this, by chatting with your upline, by surrounding yourself with the right people. All of those things are so important for programming and reprogramming your brain. Okay, that's really, really, really important. So programming creates beliefs, and then those beliefs create your attitude. So I'm not sure about you, but if you are talking to somebody who has a positive outlook on life, who has a positive attitude, who has a positive posture, who is confident and strong and believes with all of their heart and soul that they have something good and that they have something that other people need, that attitude and that posture is going to relate to the results of if you're successful or not. Okay, so we program the correct way. That programming fuels our beliefs. Our beliefs lead to our attitudes. As those attitudes are positive and purposeful and intentional, and we work moving ahead in that, those attitudes then create feelings. So I don't know about you, but a lot of times on this journey, I have said, well, I don't feel like sharing Plexus, or I don't feel like posting about Plexus today, or I don't feel like fill in the blank. And if you want, you can fill in the chat box. I don't feel like blank, XYZ. And if we were to rely solely on our feelings, none of us would go anywhere. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of days in a week and in a month and in a year that I don't feel like a whole lot of things. But if I choose to have the right attitude and my belief fuels that, you will be able to move forward, because those feelings will determine your action. And that's what we're going to talk about specifically tonight, is action and what can help you to be successful in your business. That action will then create the results that you are looking for. Whether you want to be silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, or you're rocking and rolling and pushing for that emerald promotion so you can wear your cute Hawaiian shirt and join us in Maui. Whatever that case might be, your programming creates your beliefs create your attitude will then create your feelings will determine your action, and that action will create your results. So right now, I want everybody to think, am I getting the results that I want? Am I getting the results that I have hoped for? Am I getting the results that I feel like I should be getting? And if you answer no to that, somewhere along that train of programming, beliefs, attitudes, feelings, and action, there is going to be a drain in the bathtub, right? Where if it's a belief issue, maybe you've got a lot of negative people saying it doesn't work, you know, customers quitting, whatever the case might be. And if you're not seeking out new testimonies, if you're not getting new customers who are sharing amazing things with you, then if your belief is wavering more than you're fueling it, then that is going to be where maybe you can pinpoint, well, this is why my results aren't what I want them to be. So I hope you guys wrote that down, because somewhere in that flow chart, there may be a place that you can identify, oh, I need to do some reprogramming. I need to maybe go find a book. And if you need help with something specific, let me know, because I can maybe recommend an audio or a book or something that has helped me personally in my journey. And all of this comes from personal experience of knowing what has helped and what has moved me forward. Now, we're going to talk specifically about the action creating results, because of the 24 new emeralds this month, the 6 new sapphires, and the 5 new diamonds, I've chatted with a whole bunch of them, and the same thing kept coming up over and over and over again. And a lot of you will probably guess what that is. Consistency. Now, with consistency, here is the key. If you're taking notes, I want you to do a big asterisk and ask yourself, am I being consistent at the right things? Am I being consistent doing the right things? Because guess what? Right here, this girl right here, I am consistent at procrastinating. Is that going to help me with my results? Nope. I am consistent at being disorganized. Well, that's not going to get me very far either. Especially on Follow-Up Friday, when I'm like, who do I need to follow up with? I think I got a sticky note around here somewhere that says who I sent a trial to, right? So we need to be consistent in the right things. Now, why is consistency so important? Because we were talking about those feelings. If we all waited to feel amazing and feel inspired and feel motivated, we would all be double diamonds, okay? Motivation gets you going, but discipline is what's going to keep you growing. So knowing that if we can be consistent in doing the right things to move our business forward, we will start getting results for the actions that we are taking. So some of the really, really important things that you can say, I am going to be consistent at this, and this is going to help me. You guys ready? Number 1, consistently sharing. If you were only sharing Plexus once a month, that's going to be a problem. So learning how to consistently share Plexus, whether it's out and about running errands and you wear in a t-shirt and you're able to share and bring it up when somebody asks you a question, whether it's sharing consistently on social media. And I know right now about 10 of you went, ooh, Sarah, I can't write on Facebook every single day about Plexus. Okay, that's great. I don't want you to. Guess what? We can pique curiosity. We can create interest. We can build engagement. We can engage new relationships. We can expand our network. We can do all of those things consistently every single day without ever mentioning Plexus. Okay, I've got an awesome friend who yesterday just said, my search for the perfect probiotic is over. I'm so happy I'll never have to look again. Because she knows the Probio 5 is absolutely amazing. Well, guess what? She never said Plexus and she never said Probio 5. She never said buy this from me. She just said, I'm so glad the search for the perfect probiotic is over, meaning I found the perfect probiotic. That creates curiosity. When you read that, you're going to say, I wonder what she's found. I might have to ask her about that, right? So consistently sharing. Are you consistently sharing? And again, it doesn't have to be Plexus. I really don't want you to share, join my team, buy my products. We don't have to do that, and that's not what I'm talking about. But learning how to be consistent at just letting Plexus be a part of who we are and learning how to share. So consistently sharing. Consistently looking to expand our network and meet new people. And I think that can be easy for some and hard for some. Some people, it's joining a chamber, a local chamber in your town. Some of you might be going to a mom's group. There's a lot of different ways, but I have to tell you, I've been doing this business for over 6.5 years. And I still have people in my warm market who are not my customers yet. I still have people that I knew 6.5 years ago when I started, who are still watching my journey and who still have not made a decision about Plexus. So I am still actively engaging and building relationships with my warm market. Now I have started moving to working on my cold market with Instagram, my Facebook business page, reaching out and being a part of new things in the community and all of that, but consistently looking for ways to always be expanding and engaging your network is very, very important. One of the quotes from John Maxwell that I absolutely love is, if you want to gain momentum and improve your motivation, begin by setting goals that are worthwhile but highly achievable. Master the basics, then practice that every day without fail. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. I don't know about you, that just makes my heart dance, because it really is saying we can all do this, right? Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day leads to great achievements gained slowly over time. And I am all for slow and steady winning the race, because you're going to build strong, you're going to build solid, and that is a great thing. But I want everybody right now to evaluate and examine, am I being consistent at the right things? Because in this summer slowdown period, the people who are hitting emerald, sapphire, and diamond right now said, you know what, even though I'm on vacation, I'm not going to quit posting. I'm actually going to look for ways to post about my vacation and let people know that because of my Plexus freedom, or whatever the case might be, that I am still going to share, right? So instead of totally saying, okay, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, so I will get back to Plexus in 2 weeks, knowing that through that time and through our busyness, or kids are home, or whatever the case might be, if we make some specific decisions to be consistent, we will still be able to move ahead. And you know what? When I go to the beach, I think to myself, I can't wait to meet new people at the pool. I can't wait to meet new people at the beach. I get excited for the opportunity that I'm going to have to expand my network in a different region, right? I'm leaving Slidell and going to be going to the beach. And find new people who maybe last year when we went to the beach, there was somebody who had come down from Boston. So here we are in Pensacola, Florida. She's like, yeah, we come down every year from Boston. I'm like, well, who knew? Think about how that could work if you expanded your network and had met somebody who lived in a totally different state that you never would have had an opportunity to meet if you weren't on vacation in the middle of the summer, right? So consistency really is key. One of the other things that I want you guys to do, if you are brand new and you have never written down and determined why I Plexus, if you haven't established why you do Plexus, or revisited your why to determine what's going to keep you going and moving forward, this is something that needs to be written down and literally pinned up. I keep pointing back here because I've got a big, huge bulletin board right behind my computer. And so I'm looking at my affirmations. I'm looking at my game plan for this year. I'm looking at important deadlines with my goals. I'm looking at what I'm going to do for my power hour. On my game plan time for 2017, bam, consistency. Consistency is one of the main things for me to remember, because that's one of those areas that I tend to falter in. So what are you being consistent in, and are you doing the right things? Going back to goals, I sidetracked myself, and now the train will come back around in a minute, but I can't remember what I was talking about, but we'll move a different direction. When you're, if anybody wants to pop up in the chat box, if they feel like I totally dropped off on that, you totally can. Maybe it'll hit me. I've got mom brain, I guess. When you're setting your goals and determining your why, there you go, and revisiting your why, that is something that needs to be right there in front of you. Why am I doing this? Because then when you go back to those notes that I had about your belief in your feelings and your attitudes when you're feeling down, when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling disappointed, when you're feeling frustrated, when you really wanted to go out and go silver and the first 10 people you talked to all told you no. When you go home at the end of the day and you say, I am doing this because, whatever is in that blank is going to be your fuel. And if it's something that's so big and so propelling and so motivating that it keeps you going even when 10 people, 50 people, 100 people tell you no, you're going to know, you know what? My programming is right. My belief is solid. My attitude is good. My posture is positive. I'm going to keep moving forward. And this is why I'm going to keep moving forward. That is one of the most important things that you will be able to determine on your plexus journey. Because if your why is small, it will not motivate you to rise above. It will not motivate you to personal growth and development. It will not motivate you to read the next book or to listen to the audio or to choose to share even when you don't feel like it, or to choose to reach out even when you're feeling grumpy that day, whatever the case might be, okay? So determining your why, writing it down, and then revisiting your why, because it can grow and it will grow and it can change and it will change. It is evolved for me into such a huge thing that I live, breathe, eat, sleep plexus, because I want every single person on my team to feel and understand and know what it's like to be able to achieve their goals. And I will not stop working until that has happened. Now, the last thing I want to share with you in the last few minutes is when we're being consistent at the right things, when we're being disciplined, when we're sharing, when we're doing what we need to do, sometimes where the rubber meets the road is the law of trade-offs. What are we willing to do with action to produce the results that we want? And so sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, well, I don't know, I really like watching my show every night. And some of you, I might lose some of you, you're going to think, I don't know, Sarah, are you going to ask me to quit watching television? And I'm not going to ask you to quit watching television. But what I am going to do is ask you, is there something that you could trade off so that you can be consistent at doing those actions that are going to produce the results that you want? Now, a few things that I want to share with you about trade-offs. You ready? Trade-offs can be painful, okay? So there might be where, you know what? I really, really loved Parenthood. That show Parenthood, for those of you that have binge watched Parenthood, that was my show. Like, I watched the pilot and then I watched the first episode. I feel like I was the first person on the planet to have found that show. I watched every single show. I DVR'd it. American Idol, that was my show. The Good Wife. Y'all, I could go on and on and on. I had all of my shows, and I would get my kids to bed, and then I would sit down with the remote control, and for 2 hours every evening, John and I would sit on the couch, and that was me time. Like, I deserved that time, right? Because I was a good mom, and I got everybody to bed by 8:30, and I literally would sit there for 2 hours and watch all my DVR shows. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need downtime and you want to do that, that's your choice. However, here's what I determined. Were those 2 hours of watching TV getting me closer to living the life that I was dreaming about? Was that getting me closer to all of the things that I have on my dream board? The answer was no. That trade-off was initially painful to say, oh my gosh, I deserve this downtime. And I actually traded off the entertainment time for education time. That's when I started diving in and reading books and listening to audios and watching training videos on YouTube, seeing how other diamonds were doing things. And I traded that off. It was painful at first, but it's exactly what I needed to do to adjust the action that I was taking. And guess what? I started to get results. My results changed when I made that trade-off. Trade-offs are an opportunity for growth. So trade-offs will never leave us the same. Now, here's another one. I might, and I have some people on my team that have done this, I might trade off the security of punching a time clock and going to work at a 9-to-5 job or an 8-to-8 job or an 11-to-7 job. The security of knowing that I'm working for a boss and I will get an hourly wage for a paycheck. Trading that off for knowing that I can be my own boss, but that it's all up to me. Win or lose, succeed or, not succeed, working even when I don't feel like it, that's a trade-off. But guess what? The payoff for that is unlimited for what we can do with that. So the trade-off is the security of knowing I'm making, $27.50 an hour and it's guaranteed versus I could potentially make $300 an hour working Plexus if I'm willing to take that, risk, because the benefit can outweigh that. So trade-offs offer an opportunity for us to grow. So I want you to think about tonight, what is your goal for August? Okay, so I want everybody, and I'm going to have a post on our team page. What is your goal for August? And then I want you to think, do I believe I can do it? When I write that down, do I even not want to write it down? Because is my programming immediately going to say, that's dumb, you can't do that, that goal is too big, right? So we got to go back and regroup to what we were talking about. First of all, you're going to write the goal down for August. What is my August goal? And then you're going to think, how do I need to program or reprogram my brain so that my subconscious and my mind is on track with me? Because guess what? Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, right? We can self-sabotage ourselves to quit before we even get started, right? So we need to be on track, ready. My brain and my mindset and my attitude and my feelings, we're all moving forward. Positive, happy, we can do this. And if you need to write some affirmations around that, I will be a gold ambassador on August 30, 2017. I can do this. I will do this. People are counting on me. People want what I have. Whatever you need to do to write those affirmations to make it happen, do it. Okay, so you're going to write those goals. And then I want you to say, what action have I been taking? And is the action that I took in June and July going to be the action that's going to help me achieve my goal in August? Are you doing the right things? Are you being consistent with your income producing activities? Are you being consistent with your time blocking? Are you being consistent with being productive and not just busy? Are you being consistent at sharing even when you don't feel like it? Are you being consistent at taking your best foot forward and being positive? All of those things that matter, those little small things that done consistently over time produce big results. And then I want you to think about, is there an area in my life right now where I need to make a trade-off? For this season of growth, for what I want to do in my Plexus business to move forward, is there a 15-minute window that I can listen to something instead of doing whatever? Is there a 30-minute window that I can make follow-up calls instead of watching a TV show? Is there an area that because you are looking for a growth opportunity, you are willing to make a trade-off that will get you one step closer to your dream? So that is your homework. I am really, really excited and encouraged and inspired by each and every one of you to see you with your goals and to see you with your dreams and to see you, y'all. Some of y'all for the code word blitz messaged not just 25, not just 50, not just 100, Some of you messaged over 200 people to ask them if they could watch a video. That is amazing. Y'all, if you consistently didn't wait for a blitz and consistently shared and said, hey, can I share with you something that I found? I'd love for you to watch this quick video and get back to me. Run your own blitz contest. Challenge yourself. Offer your own $25 Amazon gift card if you can. Whatever the case might be, reaching out and sharing that action consistently over time will produce massive results. So I am so excited that all of you jumped on here. Thank you so much for joining us.